sponsors.
Time for Curries Corner with Pat Curry.
Hey, Jen, what about me?
And you too, Pete Kent.
Brought to you by Hooked at Curry's. Susan Bean at Big Rapids Realty. Big Rapids Pennzoil and Auto Repair. Seth Winger at the Winger Insurance Agency. Barrington Firearms and Training Center. DW2 Drywall. The Monk Janowitz Funeral Home in Big Rapids and the Janowitz Family Funeral Home in Remus. And Paris Auto Sales.
There's a man named Pat Curry. He's got a passion for the news. Brings the stories of Big Rapids and Mecosta County to you. Every Tuesday morning.
All right, enough of that. Pat needs to get
Hey, thanks, Bob.
We got a room full of guys, especially one here who's like
you know,
really chomping at the bit to get on the air. So.
Yeah, really, Bob. I'd like to be on there. One time I want to be on time. Go on with the show. I'm going to enlighten everybody and bring on my partner, Pete Kent, age 88 years old. Have patience with him. Pete, you got 5 minutes to say what you got to say.
Well, I was just. Am I on, Bob? Can you hear me? Okay, I was.
Oh,
gonna say,
boy, are you on.
I want to say hi to Jeannie Fribley, and I want to say hi to FedEx, and I want to say hi to Ben Walworth. You guys are all good friends. But, you know, we had a board of directors meeting last night for the Big Rapids Public Schools, and we had a big discussion. I probably shouldn't tell you guys this, but we were talking off 215th. A road into the football stadium and into the, where we can watch football games and get out. We got a big traffic jam. It takes about 4.5 minutes to get out. Where you go to Los Angeles, it takes you 4 hours. But we have a board of directors at Curry's, Hooked at Curry's. We have Wells is our vice president. Our president is Spud. I don't even know what he is Randy Vetter. And then Pat Curry, he couldn't get on the board. He didn't get enough votes. But and I got on the board just accidentally. But I would like to know what everybody thinks. And
There's more than that, but go ahead.
Well, go ahead and talk, Pat.
Oh, you're bored. I just wanted to, you got Joe Bashan.
Well, Joe wasn't there when we talked about it.
Well, wait.
No, he wasn't there.
About this for a year, but go ahead.
Okay. Well, Joe Bashaw is a board member at large. John is a board member at large, and Ed was a great football player. He was an all-pro.
We'll get to that later.
And okay, we're going to get to that later. But I'm talking about the parking lot at the football field. Yeah. And we need this very bad. We need to have big parking. So we need all the support we can get from all of Big Rapids Township, all the Big Rapids people in the listening area, and Big Rapids School District. We need a lot of support. Say, yes, we want additional road off 215th by Menards into the high school, and we want to be able to have a parking lot to handle maybe 10,000 cars. Well, maybe not 10,000, maybe a couple of hundred. So, Pat, I'm going to turn this back over to you.
No, thank you.
For discussion on that. What you think? What do you think about it?
Oh, I think it's needed, but we got other things to talk. About.
Okay.
But we'll talk about the parking lot.
Okay. All right.
Thank you very much. All right, is that it for your report then?
That's it on my report. Thank you.
Nothing else?
No, nothing else.
All right, great. Before we get started, I got Ed Fillion, Buffalo Bills guy, played with Fair State back in the 90s. He's back in town with his lovely wife, Ann. A lot of people come and go, and it's kind of funny that Ed has resided back here, and we'll talk about that in a little bit because he had plenty of places where he could have went to. He wasn't born here, wasn't raised here, came here and spent 5 years at Fair State, I believe anyway, 4 or 5. And he's back. So we're going to talk to him. And I got Joe Bashaw in the studio also, and Joe wants to talk about something. But before we get started, we've lost some great people, and I guess I should rephrase that. Every person that passes is a great person to somebody, be it grandpa, grandmother, mother, daughter, sister, brother, husband. It's part of life, I think of that going back to Dust song. Joe probably remembers it real well, but Linda Linehan, I'm going to start with her real quick. I didn't know Linda that well. I probably had met her back in the day when I used to do towing for my dad and brother John back in the 70s up to Sonny's in Paris. John Linehan turned it over to Luke years later, but kept it in the Linehan family for many, many years. And I'll tell you, a lot of garages in town have great reputations. Linehan's second to none. The Linehans, when somebody went there, they didn't have to have it towed back. They got it fixed right the first time. Just real nice people. Their prices were affordable. That was back in the Ma and Pa garage days, like the Jensen's garage and the London's garage, and then you had Lenahan's garage, Sonny's garage up there in Paris. But our hearts and prayers and thoughts definitely go to Linda's family for the contribution they gave to Paris, the Reed City area, and a lot of Big Rapids people went up there too. But God bless you all up there, the Lenahan's family. We're thinking of you. James Carter had that quaint little smile, if you can just picture that on your face. You know, it wasn't a big smile, but it was just a real sincere smile. He had that white hair, that distinguished man look. He was a veteran of our wars, I think back in Vietnam days. He came back home out of serving his country and became a surveyor. Him and his wife did a lot of surveying over the years. He's passed, and he was just a good friend and a good customer. And again, keep your prayers and thoughts out for the Carter family. I want to talk about Al Balmer for a minute, and Joe probably can allude to the Al Balmer days. Al passed at the age of 90 years old, and some of you are saying, how come you haven't put it on your Facebook? Well, he was on the sign, and each time I write something, verbally write it onto my Facebook page, it deletes it. I don't know what I say to it, but it just, I'll be talking, I'll have a 4-paragraph, and it'll delete it. So I'm very frustrated. If somebody out there can help me with Facebook on why in the heck would they delete it when I'm halfway through the eulogy. But Al, the first time I met him, my brother Joe and I were in the backyard. I remember playing baseball or throwing the ball to each other, and this big man came. Al was a big man, big boned man. And he was there to fix my mother's washing machine or whatever it was. Maybe it was carpentry work, I don't know. But Al did a lot of that for a lot of people in town. Then I remember him as I grew up. He went to work for Steve Jones Construction for a little bit there, laying block or whatever he did. He was a versatile man. He could do anything from putting a cupboard up to fix. Very well-versed that way. I even think he worked for your grandpa, Baumick. Yeah.
Actually, he worked for Gordon Baumick.
Okay, well.
Who was a contractor and a builder. So.
But anyway, I'm going to talk about Al for a minute here. And appreciate that, though. But anyway, I remember the days at the restaurant. I cherish those days now because the history that he shared with us. He talked. When he did talk, you listened. He wasn't a BSer. Very good guy, you know. And he'd get done with his breakfast. He'd come over and buy a can of chew. And people say, oh, chew causes cancer. Well, it does, but didn't on Al Balmer, because he lived to be 90-some years old. And I don't know how old he was when he started chewing, but that didn't kill him. He was your typical American man made back in the generation of men. He started working at a young age, probably on a farm, I don't know, but he had a trait. I don't know where he started that, but I'm just saying he learned how to work. And I'm grateful to have known him. I mean, he's one of those guys that deserved to go to Winners there. Drove himself down till his last time I think he went down with his son-in-law, Rick Fountain. Very good son-in-law to Al. He drove him down, I think, the last couple of times. But Al ended up staying up here the last few years, and I don't think he has any regrets. He raised a nice family, a son and a daughter, or I think 2 daughters and 1 son. Renee Fountain, his daughter, and I think his other kids, I can't remember their names, Josh maybe, but doesn't matter to me, does it to you? But anyway, you can see it in the Pioneers obituary. But I loved Al, just a great guy, and he's going to be missed. And then we want to talk about Paula Finney, but I'm going to let Joe talk about her because I didn't know her, but it's Mary Bayshaw's sister over in Barreton. The Finneys, I know Gary Finney, right? That was her husband.
Yeah, they called Gary the mayor of Barreton.
Yeah, and I'll let you talk about that when I leave at 9 o'clock because I'll tell you, at 9 o'clock or there before, I'm going to let Ed and Joe and Pete, if Pete stays here, he's looking at me like a deer hitting headlights, but I just want to say it's in 4th grade at St. Mary's, and they have Mass over there at St. Mary's every Tuesday for the school, and it starts at 9 o'clock, and he's going to be reading one of the readings. So I said to him, I said, well, why don't you practice and read it to me right now? And he did, and I tell you what, I'm going to record that, and then I'm going to play it on the radio when I get back. It's a real good reading for what we're doing today, paying tribute to these people that have passed on to heaven. But that being said, good morning, Ed.
Good morning, Pat. How you doing today?
Well, not bad. You know what today is?
Bring that mic right up to you.
Yeah, get right into the mic. You can turn that mic right up to your mouth there. Yeah. Hey, you know what today is, everybody? And I think we're going to sing it. Can we sing Happy Birthday on the radio with the background of the radio or not?
I'd have to find it.
She'll listen to the recording because she might not even be out of bed yet. I bet she is. She's probably already got worked out this morning. Coffee's good. Yeah, we're going to wait for Bobby to get the happy birthday on. This little girl grew up over in Chippewa Hills area, mother and dad and a brother, and her mother and I are first cousins. Our mothers are sisters. Her grandmother, Mary Federley. And anyway, Stacy grew up over the Two Good Farm, 18 Mile, in Rodney area, they call that. And she was a horse girl, and her whole family was, and a farm girl, and a beautiful girl at that. But that's not important. The most important part of her life that I think she done right was raising her two daughters. She's got two wonderful daughters, very respected daughters. One's into horses. How can you not like that? The other one's back from Missoula, Missoula, Montana. I think she went to school there. And back here helping her dad, John Chapin, run Big Rapids Products.
Oh, she didn't go to, she went to the other place.
All right, the other
My
place.
granddaughter just graduated from the University of Montana.
All right. Where was it, Bozeman?
She went to Bozeman.
All right.
But because my granddaughter just graduated a month ago from University of Montana,
Okay.
and one in Missoula.
All right. Well, anyway, I wouldn't normally do this, but this is a significant birthday, 50 years old. Stacy Chapin. Wow, 50 years old. She doesn't look a day older than 49 and a half.
Beautiful woman. She lived with my mother when my mother died. And when my mother died, she got all the stuff together and helped me pack it up. Stacy did.
Was there an investigation?
What do you mean investigation?
Well, you said
My mother died. She passed away at
But Stacy
81
was
years
there.
old, and Stacy lived with my mother on Ives Street, and she, God bless Stacy, I love her to death.
There
She
you go.
packed up everything to send out.
Well, there's the words from Pete Kent, 88-year-old Pete Kent. Says that about a young girl. You're going to go to court on that one.
I thought we were talking about Ed Fillion. I thought that's what
We are, but I want to sing happy birthday to Stacy. You ready, Bob?
Yeah, we're ready.
All right, you're going to sing it too, Pete. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Stacy. Happy birthday to you.
50. God bless
Thank
you,
you,
Stacy. We love you.
Wow, not everybody gets that.
No,
but
that's good.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Ed Fillion's over there in the corner, and I'm going to talk to him let him talk for 15 minutes. Ed, first of all, you had a great year with Ferris State Bulldogs. Did you ever envision, in 95 you left here, right?
94.
94, I'm always off a year. But anyway, did you ever envision being back here 25 years, 30 years later, or you've been here, come back, you'd be back here coaching a year of championship caliber players?
I did not. No, this was my 35th year of either coaching or playing. And to go out the way we did, each and every week, you put the work in, and to get the results like we did, to never spend a week after a loss, which can be, in the coaching circle, it's really like a funeral for that week. So to go in each and every week, win 16 straight games, first time in the history of college football, to be 16-0, win a national championship, it was such a great ride. And, my last year, my 35th year of coaching, to go out like that was amazing.
Yeah. They caught on early on last year that you were in town. And, of course, you went to the games the year before.
I did, yeah.
And then they asked you to go ahead and coach. And you coached under a young fella, Tyler Sharee there, right?
Yeah, Ty does a great job with the defensive line. He's a really good coach, does a great job of recruiting, puts that work in, and he's being rewarded as a coach. So I was just there trying to be of some help for him. I think we had probably 25 defensive linemen, so he had his hands full over there. So Vic Nelson, a former player, and myself, we'd break off, take the defensive tackles. Coach Shreve would take the defensive ends, and it was a great opportunity. Had fun the whole year. The whole coaching staff. You see why they win. It's no coincidence they win. It's a great coaching staff that gets together, and they do a great job of preparing these kids each and every week.
Well, I know, talking to other people, I've known you for a long, long time, but you're pretty humbled when it comes to what you've accomplished in your life. You know, a lot of people say, geez, he was in NFL, and you don't act like you're just an ordinary guy. But that being said, when you came to coach with Ferris, that status holds a lot there. I mean, you don't really particularly think that, but we do. Tyler, he was never intimidated. Like,
no,
whoa, because you got all this experience. He probably fed off a little bit of it, though, eh?
Yeah, I think
he did.
Yeah, I think he liked having somebody that he could bounce some ideas off of. But I was there in a support role. So yeah, anytime we had some ideas, we'd talk about them and then implement them. And yeah, it was a great year where everybody was conducive. Everybody had a good time preparing these kids each week.
A lot of guys, though, in your position, I don't want to go too far with it, but have egos. We all do. Pete has an ego, don't you, Pete?
No.
Okay, thank you. But anyway, a lot of guys do, though, So for you to come in there, I commend you, I guess that is what I'm saying, because you could have came in and said, hey, I've been here, you better listen to me. You didn't do that with him, did you?
No, that's not who I am. I'm just one of the guys, and I was fortunate that they actually gave me an opportunity to coach. So for that, I'm thankful. And like I said, to win 16 straight games is no easy task. To get these guys prepared each and every week is, they do a great job of that. And especially the way we won in the finals. I mean, Harding, you could see we were on a collision course for each other throughout the whole year. And we prepared that whole week. They ran a different style offense. So with that wing T, wishbone option type offense. So we don't see it each and every week. So that whole week of practice, we were hitting. There was a lot of contact in practice because that's the only time you're really going to get a look against that type of offense. So the coaches prepared them, and then when the ball was snapped, I think we just dominated the line of scrimmage, both offensively and defensively. And the preparation for that week was unique. It was good, and it got us ready for the game.
Well, behind every good coach, there's always a good support staff, like you say, Tyler and Tony Jr. and all those guys. Like, I just kind of match up like Dan Campbell, great guy and everything, great guy with Detroit Lions. He had one coach that left, and that hurt him this year. I think.
Well, both the coaches, both coordinators left. Aaron Glenn went to the Jets. Didn't have the success that he was, but Ben Johnson, you can see that he's a difference maker.
Yeah.
They win their first playoff game this year. So yeah, he does. Yeah, he separated them, and they struggled this year without him.
Yeah.
Hey, can I just say I'm in awe. I'm touching his right leg right now. I'm in awe of Ed Fillion. How many people get to meet and talk to a pro football player? I mean, and he was a superstar in my books, and he also is a coach. But I want to know what he thinks about the Bills' chances of going on. They did a great job with Allen.
There we go. Now we're talking.
And,
wait a minute. You guys can talk about
I was saying your wife. Would you shush up a minute?
Well, I wasn't done yet.
Isn't his wife a,
I'm going to leave here in a couple minutes. I got one more
teacher?
question.
And I want to just say, gosh, we were so lucky to have Ed Fillion and his wife at the school system.
Okay. Well, no, I don't mean to interrupt you.
No, that's
I'm
okay.
Good at
Go.
that, and you're good at me.
No.
We interrupt each other pretty
I know.
well.
We
Thank
do
you.
that all the time.
Yeah, you jump ship here. I got a question for you, Ed, on this one. Tony Anise has lost several good assistant coaches that have gone on to be head coaches, like the guy at Saginaw Valley.
Brady,
Yeah, he's a heck of a good coach. He just got let go because he couldn't beat Tony. To me, I just can't fathom this. How can one man keep going year in and year out with what he's got up there at Ferris to deal with, outside practices? Saginaw Valley's got a great complex over there. Grand Valley does. Heck, it does too.
Yeah.
But anyway, we won't compare. But he's lost some key players in this great run that he's had since 2012. I think Ryan Hodges is about the only one that started with him and is still there with him.
Coach Shuggs, our special team coach, who was 79, he's going to be 80 this year.
Yeah.
He's been with Tony from.
Who's that?
Coach Shuggs.
Okay.
Yeah,
He coached him actually in high school.
he did. Yeah.
Okay, so he's been with him for 13 years.
Yeah, I think
14 years?
Hodges, Shuggs, and Tony have been together since the beginning, since the Grand Rapids junior college days as well.
Okay, so those three guys.
Yes.
And he keeps continuing. He has been blessed, or he is a genius. What is it?
Well, it all starts with Tony. I mean, he does a great job of leading, young men with various backgrounds. He's just a great communicator. I think we've talked about it before. The way he can communicate with the players, get the most out of them, and then his coaching staff is get involved. He lets you go do your job, and Tony prepares. It begins and ends with Tony and what he's done for the program.